All right. Well, again, tonight we are talking about fighting the insurance company. If you have any questions, please go ahead and give us a call. Phone lines are open. Can't wait to hear everyone's voices tonight.
That's right.
We do have John on the line from Mobile. John, welcome to Law Call. What's your question?
Hey, John.
Hey, Bill. Well, it hadn't got to the lawyer part yet.
Okay.
Without going into a lot of detail, my son-in-law got burnt by an appliance.
Okay.
And this was late last year.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden we get a notice from the manufacturer stating that there's a problem with this appliance and that it can burn you.
Okay.
Well, when I saw that, I got in touch with the manufacturer and I sent the appliance to them for them to check it. And they got back in touch with me a couple of weeks later and said that, well, there wasn't no problem with the appliance and they'd be glad to replace the appliance.
Right.
But my son-in-law got burnt pretty bad on his legs.
Right.
They burned on the stomach and his legs.
Right.
And I feel like that they really owe him a little more than that.
Right.
I mean, I'd like to have my appliance replaced, but
Sure.
I feel like for his sake that there should be a little more involved.
Right. No. And John, thank you for your call, and I completely agree with you. Again, it all depends. It depends on what the malfunction was, what's the defect, what was the recall for. But never just take the word of the manufacturer or the company. And again, I know this is all hindsight's 2020. You know, people ask me a lot of times with defective products that the manufacturer has asked me to send the product in. I always tell them no. I mean, you don't want to send that in. That just kind of gives them carte blanche to kind of take control and then make decisions. But it's, all is not lost at this point. Based on the timeline that you told me, the statute of limitations is still fine. At this point, what I would recommend is that you contact a lawyer who handles these types of claims and just see. There may be a case, there may not be a case. We recently settled a case with a shredder that was purchased here in Mobile, a brand new shredder. The lady that owned the business here in town put it in, and it caught on fire. It burned her face, burned her hair, and we were able to settle that case. And there was not a problem. There was not a recall, unlike in your case. And so, if there's a recall like what you mentioned, I would be very skeptical that there's not a problem with this particular product, because you always have to remember sometimes there's a design defect where they just designed it wrong, and all of them are going to fail. All the products that they produce are going to fail. But sometimes there's just a manufacturing defect with that particular, just that one, product. Something happened during that process. But I would immediately contact a lawyer. Sounds like you still have plenty of time. Contact a lawyer and see what happens from there.
And Bill, was that the case with the shredder incident that you mentioned? Was that was just one defective product? It wasn't a lot of them that were impacted that you found out?
Yeah, there weren't a lot, but we, I've gotten a lot smarter in my life since Google has come along. And so we did Google, and we, did a search, and we did find one or two of the same models that had the same problem, but it wasn't enough to call it a design defect. But we were able to, settle the case and get the lady a very good settlement for that. But if there's a recall, then you're ahead of the ball game already, John. And so just because they said, hey, we took a look at it, nothing to see here, move along. No, you need to contact someone and let them take a look at it, get some experts involved, because there's, the old saying, and no pun intended, where there's smoke, there's fire. Here, there sounds like there's something to it.